Hello, and welcome to a brief introduction to Equis Financial. My name is Rodney Case, and I will be going over exactly what we do, and we will see by your watching this video or listening to this audio if this is a good fit for you, and if you are a good fit for us. Let me give you a brief background about Equis and our corporate leadership team. Equis Financial is a partnership of agents and agency builders. Equis was founded in 2015 by insurance sales veterans with decades of experience. We partner with insurance companies to bring our agents the best competitive products, and our agents follow up on people that have requested coverage. Using our lead system, our agents are able to quickly build a solid client base. Our Equis executive team is made up of Barry Clarkson, our president and CEO. Barry has over 30 years of industry experience, along with Rob Jones, Kevin Davies, Bill Martin, Glenn Davies, Pete Lee, and Bill Martin 2.0. He's called 2.0 because we have two Bill Martins on our executive team. With all of these guys, you have a combined industry experience of over 200 years. Let me give you a brief background about me, because if you're coming on board, you need to know who I am and what to expect. The first thing that you can expect is the truth every single time myself or any of my management team talks with you. If you've dealt with anyone in the insurance industry, it should come as a welcome refreshment. You know, there's a lot of interesting characters in this business, and we believe that if we tell the truth and we're very honest in everything, we will find the right people for our business. My wife and I have been married since 1990, and we have 4 children. I work in the pharmaceutical industry for about 17 years as a sales representative, and then I became a manager. I also flipped houses for about 7 years, inclusive of writing a book, traveling across the country teaching others in a one-on-one setting, as well as seminars where they could also make money and learn how to flip houses. Well, one evening after my day's work as a district manager in pharmaceuticals, I called home as I typically would do from the hotel room, and I spoke to my children. Well, my son, which was 10 at that time, told me that he had scored his first soccer goal, and he sure wished I was there. You know, I realized at that point that I was missing some of the most important times in my life, and that was times with my children. So I decided to make a change. You know, my time in house flipping was also good, but when the market dropped in 2008, 2009, it was hard to continue flipping, and the houses that I generally would purchase were now being bought in bulk by the hedge funds. So it left very little, or scrap basically, for me or anyone else wanting to work in the industry and to be successful. So I began to look around to see how I could be available for my family, but also to be able to make a decent income to pay my bills. And you know, maybe, just maybe, I would have an opportunity to dream a little bit. So, what led me to the mortgage protection? Well, for one thing, we are the richest country in the world, and insurance is one of the wealthiest institutions in the world. If you couple those things together, along with some ambition and dedication, you can go out there and make a substantial income for both you and your family. At Equis, we are focused on 3 markets. 1, mortgage protection, 2, final expense, and 3, advanced markets. Let's talk about each one of those. Mortgage protection. So what does mortgage protection do? 3,000 homes a day are foreclosed on in the United States. A lot of those people can be helped with mortgage protection. What is it? It's a form of life insurance that covers in the case of death or disability. So, what's the difference between mortgage protection and life insurance? Mortgage protection protects in case of death, disability, or critical illness. It differs in the fact that you do not necessarily need a medical exam to purchase mortgage protection. Life insurance pays only if you die. Mortgage protection pays if you are terminally or critically ill, or if you become disabled and cannot go back to work. Mortgage protection will pay your mortgage payments or pay out a lump sum of money if you become terminally, critically, or chronically ill. You can use mortgage protection to either make the payments on the home mortgage or completely pay the mortgage off. Final expense. Final expense is basically burial insurance that is focused to the baby boomer population. Currently, there are 77 million baby boomers that were born between 1946 and 1964. 10,000 of these baby boomers turn 65 years old every single day. Advanced markets. The focus here includes IULs, otherwise known as Index Universal Life, and annuities. The market focus for these products are children for college savings, small business owners for retirement and living benefits, and baby boomers for retirement. To qualify, you must have a life insurance license. You have to be a U.S. citizen in order to get that, and you cannot have a major felony conviction on your record. Again, you do have to have your license, and we can show you how to do that. So, what is the cost? The study course costs about $50. You're going to spend about $75 to $125 to take the state exam for your license, and that does vary by state. You also, in some states, need to get fingerprinted, and that'll cost you about $50. And of course, you'll need your errors and omissions insurance, which will cost you about $30 a month. Errors and omissions insurance, that's just in case you make some egregious error or omit something on a policy. You're never held responsible for it if you do. It's sort of like having liability insurance on your car. If you hit some old lady driving down the street, your insurance is responsible for it, and not you. We are going to discuss 4 things regarding working in this industry. 1. How do we get paid? 2. Who trains you? 3. Who do we sell for? And then 4. Who do we sell to? So, how do we get paid? Contracts go from 70% to 120%. As an example, the average policy sells for about $100 per month. The insurance companies do something called annualizing the premium. They multiply that $100 for the month times 12 months, which would equal $1,200. They then multiply the $1,200 by your contract level, 70%, which is the starting contract level for someone new to Equis. That equals $840. Now, the insurance company is going to advance you 3/4 of that money right now by direct deposit into your bank account. They do not send it to us or to Equis. They send it directly to you. If you sell a policy for Mutual of Omaha, you get a deposit from Mutual of Omaha. they are going to advance you $630 out of that $840. Well, what happens to the other $210? When months 10, 11, and 12 come around and the policy is still on the books, you are going to get $70 in each of those months to make up to the $210 that they still owe you, which would then total the amount of $840. In addition to that, we have renewals with about a third of the policies that we sell. So with Universal or Whole Life, we have renewals with those companies. You get the renewals and you are vested from day one. Some companies in the industry, they do not let you have the renewals ever. With Equis, you get them again from day one. If you write a policy in January of this year, in January of next year, you will get a renewal. A renewal is typically 3, 4, 5, 6%. If it is 5% of $1,200, then you're looking at about $60. You're not going to get rich off of that, but they do renew every single year the policy is in force. If you have 5 or 10 of those a month, down the road, those hundreds could become thousands in renewals. So, who trains you? Well, in short, I do. Why is that important? Because I know what I'm doing. I have been highly successful in this industry, working in the field, which I still do. When my agents call me with a question or needing help, my general response is, no problem. I did that yesterday, or I did that last week. I lead from the front and show my agents how to do the same and be successful. I'm not bragging, but I told you I would tell you the truth. And I am telling you the truth. I do not have a new agent mentor. I do not pass off hiring and training you to someone else. If I am hiring you, I will train you. If you are being hired by one of my managers, they are training you and I am helping. We have a fantastic website that you can use for free. You can access it 24 hours a day. You can do things like pulling off quoting tools, watching videos and audios on how to make phone calls, how to do sales, etc. Everything you need is available to you 24/7 for free. Now, if you're good at doing this, you will make some good money. If you're great at it, you will make great money. The X factor will be your ambition and how well you delve into training. Equis also has a training center. It is a complete online training program. Equis also within their training center has a training studio that has podcasts that have been recorded from our training conference calls where we've had top agents and managers describe how they became who they are and what has made them successful. We have weekly training conference calls as well that we can get an idea of what our peers are doing, but more importantly, that we can hear what the top agents are doing again to be successful. We have regional meetings. There are 6 to 8 hours of advanced training. Now, if you're not willing to travel a couple of hours, this business is not for you. You get out of it what you put into it. We also have national conventions. We have a 2.5-day training twice each year. It's generally held in Orlando. Are they mandatory? Absolutely not. The cost is about $180, which generally pays for your food, dessert, drinks, appetizers that they provide for you. You know, here's the thing. If that is something that is out of the question for you, you can just stop right now, as we're not interested in you working for us. If you don't think you need to be trained by the top people in the country on a continual basis, then to be quite frank, you're just not who we're looking for. We do not hire everybody. You can go to one of our competitors and they'll hire you in a quick second. They will blow sunshine up your skirt and they'll tell you how great you're going to be and that you're going to make $1 million, and then you'll fall flat on your face. You want to be told the truth? Well, that's what I do. So, what you put into this is exactly what you're going to get out of it. Now, who do you sell for? Top rated A+ insurance companies like Mutual of Omaha, Transamerica, Foresters Financial, Columbia Financial Group, National Life Group, and the list goes on and on. If you go work for Allstate or Nationwide, you have one option for the client. If they do not fit your bag, you cannot make a sale. We can sell Universal Life up to age 75 with no exam. We can sell Term Life up to 80 with no exam. The policies include living benefits, which if the policy owner gets sick, it will help pay the mortgage until they get better or pay it off completely. We have guaranteed issue whole life up to age 85 with no medical exam. No one else has the spectrum of companies that we have. In addition, we have multiple companies knocking down our doors to create products and wanting us to partner with them. These are all simplified issue. What does that mean? It means we have about a dozen medical questions, and as long as the client answers them and they're within the guidelines that are set up, they will get coverage. Our broad range of companies means that you can help the client gain coverage. You are not going to walk out of someone's home because you didn't have a viable option for them. You cover them, you get paid. So, who do we sell to? Anyone you want to in the states that you have an insurance license. If you have a relative in another state or a friend in another state, then you can get your non-residence insurance license once you have the insurance license in your state, and you can sell to them. Obviously, those states want your money for that non-residence license, so it could cost you $55, $60, $65 to obtain that. So you want to make sure that if you're selling in another state, that you write the policy to an amount that at least covers your cost. You know, I'm of the opinion that we need a system that has an unlimited source of clients. So we partner with lead companies around the country. Here's where you having a real business comes into play. You cannot have a business unless you have clients. You can either get out the phone book, I guess they still make those, or go knocking on doors up and down the streets in your neighborhood, or by talking to people. But I suggest getting leads. You get a lead from a qualified person, and basically here's how it works. When a person buys a home, they will have their information in a public arena, usually along the lines of the county records office, where there are researchers that will collect that data. And out of that data collected, letters are printed, prepared, and mailed. Out of the 100 people that receive those letters, 98.5% will decide they're really not interested. 1.5% will decide this is coverage their family needs. They'll fill out the form and then they'll mail it back in. That's where the lead is uploaded for distribution, and our agents contact the leads to set up an appointment. Once the person has completed their information, name, male or female, height, weight, date of birth, age, smoke or not smoke, their phone number, etc., they drop it in the mail. They can also call the number provided and go through an automated system which is called an interactive voice response, or IVR. Either way, it now becomes what we call a lead. Now, we partner with companies that only sell those leads to one entity at a time, which means if we get it, no one else is going to get it. In addition to that, if it comes to our company, only one agent from the company gets it, and that is your lead. Does it cost money? Yes. A brand new one of those is about $41. Are they good? They are freaking awesome. You can turn a massive profit with a bunch of those. You can turn a few $100s into a couple of thousand very, very quickly without having to work a ton. If you're in the 12 to 25%, maybe 30% expense range for your leads, that is typical for insurance, which means you're going to keep 70, 80, 90% of what you make. We can also purchase brand new final expense leads. They cost about $30. When you purchase the final expense leads, you're the only one that gets them, and they are yours forever. Can you get older leads that are less expensive? Absolutely. We can get them for 50 cents. There are companies that have them for $1, $2, $3, and up to $6. We have many agents in the field that only purchase the historical leads for 50 cents. And quite frankly, they're cleaning house. You will have an expense. This is a business. A job would indicate that you are trading your time and energy for a paycheck. To own a business means you trade time, energy, and money, investing in yourself for an income, but also to grow your business. That's what we do. We purchase leads. Do you have to purchase leads? No. You do not have to do anything. You are an independent contractor. You do not have to work at all. But know this, if you do not work, you will not get paid. Just to note, Equis does not make money on leads. I, as a manager, nor any of my managers make or lose money on leads either. However, with Equis Financial, if you participate in their lead program, well, let's just put it this way. You better know how to close, because Equis loses a massive amount of money on their lead program. In their inaugural year, they lost almost $1 million on the lead program, which means they buy the leads from the vendors. They cut the cost down and they sell them back to you. Why? Because they're not willing to trip over dollars to pick up pennies. They know if you can get more leads in your hands, then you have the ability to go out and make some serious income for you and the company. Let's face it, when you get paid and get advance of $630, Equis makes money too. And that is why they're here. They are providing all this service to you, but they do not charge you for it because they're going to get a bonus from the insurance company when you make sales for that insurance company. So this is how our lead program works. Now, the great part about all this is the incentives. We have incentives for people that are highly successful, and so do the insurance companies. We have multiple insurance companies that will send you a check each month that you sell for them. You hit certain numbers with certain insurance companies, you might get a check for $100, others $200. One company that we worked with in the past has given $1,000 if you sell 10 policies in a given month. Think about that. 10 policies in a month, and you get a bonus of $1,000 from that particular company. Now, that's pretty cool. In our group, we also have incentive for leads. that will allow you to only pay for a fraction of the cost for the leads that you get. So we help people that are good salespeople get great by bonusing them leads. The company also gives out bonuses to agents that are issuing paid $10,000 worth of business, which is not that difficult. It's about 9-10 cases a month. And we also have free trip incentives. These are trips all around the world designed for you and a guest or a spouse. Everything is taken care of, including airfare to and from the airport, and all expenses paid trip that usually last for about a week. Now, this is where Equis is drastically different than other companies. Equis has what is called the equity bonus. So my agency works under the umbrella of Equis. They have not just an agent bonus, but they have an agency bonus. So if you are a manager, you can make an extra $500, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $6,000 a month running an agency as a bonus. If you're doing at least $175,000 of issued business each month, you then qualify to get a portion of all of Equis's amount. And here's how it works. You get 0.25% at the first stage. At stage 2, 0.5%, and 3/4 at stage 3. Now, that may not sound like a lot, but here's the deal. If the company is doing $4 million a month at 0.25%, that's $10,000 bonus. At 0.5%, it's $20,000 bonus. And at 3/4, that's $30,000 bonus. Now, that's each month. Now, our president and CEO built his last company of a decade ago to over a $100 million company, which means the company was doing over $8 million a month. So at that point, your equity bonus as a manager, if you choose to run your own agency like I do, could be $20,000, $40,000, $60,000 or more after the money that you already make in overrides and personal production. Now, how does running an agency work? Well, this is not available for everybody. It is available for people that can not only run their schedule and monitor it, but also help other people be able to do it. We are not a multi-level marketing company. We are not a network marketing company. We do not need you to recruit anyone for us. We can do that ourselves. But if you want to run an agency, your life insurance license allows you to be able to do that. Which means when you hire someone, you are going to get a bonus from the insurance company as well. Now in the beginning, you may have 1 or 2 agents and make a little bit of money here and there. Once you get to the point where you are actually good at it, this is a very scalable business. You can make good money in overrides depending on how you train and develop your agents. Equis is a fantastic company to run an agency. We do not make you be part of groups or clubs that cost you money. We do not charge you money when your agents take leads. That is called a lead override. Other companies have that. If you have someone in mind, a friend, a relative, coworker that you believe would also like to work with Equis, I will help you determine if they are a good fit for Equis. I will walk you through each step, just as you have done, to help you learn what is needed to build a solid agency, if that's really what you want to do. Once you have proven to me that you can produce in the field, together we will work to make you proficient to train others, just as you have been trained. Some of the companies take the renewals away from you and pay bonuses to top managers as a result. Or they will overcharge for leads and pay bonuses to the top managers. See, some of the other companies out there, they charge $60, $70, $75 for a lead that Equis loses money on selling it for $41. Where do you think that money goes? It's lining the pockets of somebody. I can guarantee you that. Some of the companies, they will sue you if you want to leave. You cannot contract with carriers after you leave that company for 6 months or a year, sometimes 2. Some of the companies, they have non-compete clauses that will not allow you to do insurance at all afterwards. Now, here's what Equis does. If you want to leave, there's the door. And I'll be more than glad to give you a signed letter of release within 24 hours. If you don't want to work with us, there's the door. We don't want to work with you either. This will be a real adult relationship where we will tell you exactly what we are going to do. And it will be the truth. And we expect you to do what you're going to do. So that is why I chose Equis. Again, because of the 4 points. How we get paid, who trains us, who we sell for, who we sell to. Plus, because Equis has the best agency building platform on the market available to anyone that will put forth the effort to participate in it. Now, if you're going to come on board with Equis, this is why you need to come on board with our agency group. Our group is number 1 in 5 categories. Number 1, new agent submitted business. Number 1, new agent paid business. Number 1 group in new agent business. Number 1 group in total business. And the number 1 group in new agents with sales their first week. What does that really tell you? That we know how to get people started and keep them around and get them making money. We have developed multiple people that did not have an insurance license coming into this business that are now qualified district and regional managers in this company. We are dedicated to helping you become successful. We have dedicated managers that know the ins and outs of underwriting to a level that when you join our team, you're going to know more about how the policies work and what to write in each situation than any other group in the country. And I can guarantee you that. Now, this country is filled with highly talented, unsuccessful people. Why? Because very few people have the ambition and really what it takes to make money in this world. I know how to do that, and I know how to transfer that skill to you. I will not be a micromanager to you. I will be a mentor that will help you learn the skill set and plan that my mentor taught me and Equis' leadership team taught him. We do not reinvent the wheel here. We follow the Equis plan, and that plan leads to success. So, what do you do next? Let the manager that sent you this recording know that you are interested by sending them an email so they can set up an interview with you. Now, when you do it, again, we are very choosy. We are not like other companies that get paid to recruit you. We don't. We are not going to take every person that wants to come on board. You may want to get a pen and papers. There's a couple of things that you're going to want to jot down and remember. The first thing, when you send an email back, be professional about it. Do not put it in all caps. Have your spelling done right. We look at those kind of things. We look at how you respond and interact with people because that's what's going to make a difference going forward. The second thing, if you want to talk with me directly, I will give you my cell phone number. Do not call my cell phone number. Send me a text. Let me know who you are and who gave you this information. You will go on that person's team, But if you want to chat with me, here is my phone number, 864-414-0025. Again, send me a text message with your name and the manager that sent you this information, and we'll set up a time to talk with you. We are always going to ask you if you've listened to this recording prior to doing the interview, so we're going to ask you for a code. Get ready to write down the code. It is a very simple one, and one that will let us know that you've listened to this webinar and recording and that you're interested. The code, I can do it. If you're asked for a code prior to doing the interview, you need to respond back, I can do it. Moving forward, you need to ask yourself, if you're really looking to figure out how much you're actually worth. If you are, we are the richest country in the world, and you now have the opportunity to be part of the richest institution in the world, insurance. If you want to go for something like you've never gone for before and have a shot to make a six-figure income, a multi-six-figure income, maybe, just maybe, to knock on the door of a seven-figure income one day, then Equis is the place to do it. Then you want to respond back to us and see what we can do. Have a great day.